Test that shit out.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
On YouTube. Subscribe to The Joe Cronin Show for daily content. And if you love the show, support us on Patreon and get over 30 hours of bonus content on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, guys? SmackDown is over. It is the go-home show before the hometown show for me here in Boston, Massachusetts for Clash of Champions. And it was better than last week, but for go-home shows, not the greatest, but the ending was a pretty decent tease for the most part. I want to remind you guys that December 16th, 2017, if you're thinking about Clash of Champions, celebrate this week of wrestling here with good old JR Jim Ross. He is going to be in Boston this weekend. Ringside's last show with Jim Ross. They're celebrating it in Boston. It's the holiday season edition. The show's debut in Boston. This Saturday, December 16th at Laugh Boston. Summer Street in Boston, Massachusetts. Showtime is at 3 p.m. VIP tickets available. VIP meet and greet starts at 1 p.m. And then the general admission, $30 tickets. Doors open at 2:30 p.m. And then the show officially starts at 3 p.m. Get your tickets now, laughboston.com. Go to laughboston.com, or, of course, you can just go to jrsbarbecuesauce.com, the official website of good old JR, who I did a wonderful 30-minute little interview with earlier today. Jim Ross was my special guest today. We talked about a few things, and it was a lot of fun talking to Jim. And if you are a patron of the Joe Cronin Show, you're able to hear that entire thing right now. It's available for all $2 and above patrons right now on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Plus, you can use the Patreon app, and you can hear that full interview right now. It will be available for everyone come Thursday, but right now it is available. It may actually be up tomorrow, too. But for everybody who wanted it early, it's available for download and listen to on Patreon right now. A couple clips of that interview with Jim Ross are available on the Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel. Of course, my real YouTube channel, my real wrestling website, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. We put up his comments about Rich Swann, which are really cool. Also, some comments about Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, and whether you'll hear it. It's up on the Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel. You probably heard it earlier today if you give a damn. But if you didn't hear it, go listen to those afterwards. They're really good listens. And of course, if you're a Patreon, just go listen to that whole damn episode because it was great. And I had a lot of fun talking to Jim Ross before we even started recording. He was really cool. And man, it was one of my easiest favorite people that I've ever spoken with was Jim Ross, which is really surprising. I was really like building myself up into a frenzy for that because he means so much to me that it's almost insane, like how much Jim Ross, the influence of Jim Ross. When you think about commentators going back and you think about Gorilla and Bobby Heenan. There was a time when it was like, well, no one's better than Vince and Jesse the Body, and no one's better than Gorilla and Bobby Heenan, and no one's better than Vince and Jerry Lawler. And then JR comes along and replaces Vince, so to speak. Vince kind of takes a side. Vince becomes an on-screen character, and eventually Jim Ross can just take over and become the real official announcer. And there was a part of me that always thought that Jim was sort of in the background a little bit, and I was like, man, how's this guy going to be the number one announcer? And then it was just the more you heard him every week, it was like, wow, this guy's the greatest guy I've ever heard. And he became right away like another one of those staples. And I got to be honest, ever since Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, really disbanded or really broke up, nothing has sounded right to me. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? When, before Gorilla and Heenan, you thought, well, Jesse the Body and Vince McMahon, stuff like that. It's not going to get better than that. Gorilla and Jesse the Body, it's not going to get better than that. And then Bobby Heenan, it just kept getting better. It always either got better or was just awesome sounding. It was like, well, another gem, another great team together. And again, after Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross, to me, it just became all discombobulated. Taz and Cole, and then, the different people that came in here, whether, Stryker was there a little bit, but it was always sort of discombobulated. It never felt like these guys are the announcers. I'll never, what is the last 10 years generation have to look at as the announcers that they enjoyed? I mean, it's really an empty hole as far as I'm concerned. And so JR was the last good announcer, the last guy that I gave a damn about, except for, nowadays you can say Mauro Ranallo, and you can say, Graves when he was in NXT. That you get that vibe when you hear those guys down there. When you hear Mauro Ranallo call a match, Nigel McGuinness call a match with him, or Jim Ross and Nigel McGuinness or something like that, I'm sure that sparks your mind like, oh, this could be a great team. But then you don't really hear them much, so then it just that floats out of your mind again. But Mauro Ranallo and anybody, Mauro Ranallo and Daniel Bryan was a great tandem at the Cruiserweights tournament in not in NXT, but on the network that we saw. That was really good. But no one's ever together enough or given a spotlight enough to become like, wow, that's the household commentary team. Like, that's the next great commentary team. Even Joey Styles by himself in ECW, that felt like there's a guy. There's an official announcer. There's somebody we can, mark down as a legend or somebody that we'll never forget. But nowadays, it's like, what is it? I'm never going to forget Cole and Booker T on Raw in 2017. Yeah, I'll never forget it because it was terrible. I'll never forget Byron Saxon with Corey Graves and Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips I thought was great in NXT, but for some reason up on SmackDown, he's a robotic clown. And the weird thing that got to me was that Jim Ross told me was that he said, because I was wondering what got him involved. And he, one of the things he said Vince liked about him was his passion and the fact that he was so excited. It sounded like Jim Ross was actually excited to be calling the matches and was genuinely excited. And that blew me away when JR just told me that, because I think about the guys that are up there now, and I'm like, man, how can you think that these guys are genuinely excited? Because they don't seem to be. They seem to be very generic and robotic. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back from the game, and now let's get back to just very impersonal and robotic and something else, and I can't even tell you really. Tom Phillips is like, I just don't get why in NXT he was able to convey things a little bit more emotion, a little bit more passion. Why did Tom Phillips' passion seemingly die when he got to SmackDown? And why is Corey Graves just all over the place as a heel or face or heel, or he's just his own guy, Corey Graves, I guess. But why not make him like full on tool bag? Because there's no way to develop somebody who's so in the middle. It would be nice if maybe Booker T was over the line. He was just crazy about everything. But I don't know nobody knows what Booker T is doing over there. And so when Jim Ross said passion and how he called the matches, and I was like, man, that's what I do now. That's what I do. I want to be calling matches in the WWE. I wanted to tell JR, you know what? They should put you back there, JR, because that's what you do bring. Passion and excitement, and you actually seem to care about the matches. Why are you not working in WWE? If Jim Ross isn't working in WWE, well, I'm never going to work in WWE calling matches because they won't even hire Jim Ross, but they've got what they've got out there right now, which is a robotic team of I don't know what is going on commentary. We thought that when Graves came up that this was all going to be solved. We thought that maybe when Tom Phillips came up that this was all going to be solved. And it just was not solved. It is not solved. And I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to say. Guys like Rich Brennan, who I always confuse his name now because it's not his real name, but when he was in WWE, he was called Rich Brennan. He sounded like he was going to be the guy. Like, man, this guy could be the next guy. This guy could be the next, maybe Jim Ross. I don't know. And then he came up, and then they just sort of it fizzled out, and he went away. And I guess it became about politics with him and his friends that worked there, or that they were too. I don't know. He looked like a troll. Maybe Vince didn't like what he. I think Vince just didn't like what he looked like. I mean, that's honestly. I believe that. I think Vince didn't like what he looked like, and I think Vince and those guys thought that this guy's a mark and a guy that, you know what I mean, is a fan, and he's here. And he's a nerd. And I got to believe that that's what Vince McMahon thought, because why in the world would Rich Brennan have not been able to work there if that's what they thought? And little did they know they bring in Mauro Ranallo, and Mauro Ranallo ends up being ultimate nerd, who's got some bipolar stuff, who can't take, the jokes that are going on. They're really pushing them. Vince McMahon doesn't like that he's, I don't know, I think Vince McMahon didn't like his one-dimensional side, which was Mauro Ranallo just calls a match like it's real every time, and that's it. But he really doesn't step out of that box to get into the entertainment factor of things. And because of that stone cold, rigid Mauro Ranallo, although I love him, I think he's exciting on the microphone, but I think he wasn't enough like Tom Phillips. He wasn't enough like Stooge or game show host. I call a lot of these guys like game show hosts. Mauro Ranallo didn't have enough game show host. He was too sporty. You know what I mean? And I think that they didn't like that they didn't have that flexibility with Mauro, and they resented that. And I'm sure that was the problem with him now. Problem with Rich Brennan before, problem with Mauro Ranallo then. And I've said this a million times. They need somebody who's a balance of between the middle. You would think that Mauro Ranallo is the greatest announcer in the world right now, so that's all there is to it. But that's not as far as Vince McMahon goes. Now, Triple H is running the show. Mauro Ranallo's hired, right? And I'll even say about myself as an announcer, Vince McMahon would like me more, I believe, than Triple H would. I think that. Because I'm not as smart. I don't know half the moves. I probably know about somewhere in the vicinity of half the moves that Mauro Ranallo knows, but the guy's knowledge is just insanely off the page. And quite frankly, to me, with him and Vince McMahon, I think he saw him as overqualified. Like, hey, you're overqualified for this shit. We need you to, come down and do this, do these reads and interact this way with the other guys. And I think there was no interaction with JBL because there's not a lot of interaction with Mauro Ranallo. Mauro Ranallo speaks the language of wrestling. So, like, the actual sport of it. So him and Daniel Bryan, that's why Daniel Bryan and Mauro Ranallo killed it together. Because when Mauro Ranallo spoke sport, spoke wrestling, spoke passion, Daniel Bryan was able to reciprocate, with his knowledge and to sort of put the bow on what Mauro Ranallo was saying. But when he talked to JBL just kind of went, well, I don't know, you're a dork, Mauro, and it just never synced up. Meanwhile, with Tom Phillips, JBL could call Tom Phillips a moron, and Tom would be like, well, that's not very nice, JBL. And JBL would be like, well, you're not very smart, and then they could go back and forth. But, so there's the dynamics that we're missing. I know JBL's gone now. But anyway, there's my monologue or prologue or whatever you want to call it to this SmackDown review that I haven't even really started talking about yet. I went off kind of on a rant there. But guys, I really appreciate the support. Once again, Jim Ross came on the show, 30 minutes. It's up available for all patrons right now. The full interview will be up tomorrow, though, for everybody for free. But if you want to support the show, it's another bonus thing for you patrons. You get to hear it early. Or you can listen to the 2 clips that are available on Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel, my other YouTube, my real YouTube. Let's hear some of your donations now. If you guys want to support the show, the link is in the description box down below. Click the link, drop a couple bucks, and help out, man. We could use the help. It's holiday time, so this is usually a tough time to get support, but there you go if you want to help out. And let's get to some of these alerts and donations. We'll be taking them. And then in a few minutes, I'll be taking your phone calls after I just kind of spew out my initial thoughts. How about Naomi tonight? Holy shit! Naomi came out and she kicked some ass, bro. I got to tell you, I was actually jacked up for that. That was like, I mean, I don't want to say it was stone cold, but I don't know what it is, man. But the way she came out with that fire and energy, like F this, I'm not going to just take this from these bitches. And she came out there all nuts. Oh, my God. I thought that was awesome. She beat the shit out of everybody. She looked like Bret Hart tonight, man. She looked like Bret Hart and Stone Cold at the Rumble, locking up in the middle of the ring. That was awesome. How can you not watch? Listen, SmackDown was atrocious last week, and SmackDown was not the best tonight either. But how could you have watched that and not liked it? Everything she did was badass, which is weird to say, but it was.
You want to see my dick?
Want to see my dick?
I'll take my dick out right now.
Here we go.
I'm Sean View Entertainment, and you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my dick? I will show you my penis. I'm Sean's View. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my
The Goon.
That jobber in yellow tights stole Tommy's scream tonight. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep.
Yep,
Yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep, yep.
Yep, 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 yep. I thought that was funny too. At first, I thought, "Oh boy, like this is really stupid." But definitely, like I am definitely happy that this was better than last week's SmackDown. I get what they're doing with everything. Jordan Nicholson, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. But I don't know. AJ hits the ring. AJ starts talking about defending the title against Jinder Mahal at Clash of Champions. AJ Styles says he doesn't want to lose what he finally got back, which is probably how Jinder felt. AJ asks what a good champion is. AJ and Jinder, I just don't. Man, I'll tell you, I don't care. All I want to do is see the match, make sure AJ Styles retains, and we are done there. Okay, we are done there. It's Jinder's fault. It's real to me. It's not AJ's fault anymore. And there was a time when I thought Jinder was somewhat interesting, but it's over now for me. And I don't know what I would do if he became champion again. I'd probably freak out, especially if I'm in Boston watching the show on Sunday. And I'm thinking about going. I don't know. I really should have planned better and done something, but you know, it's just with the holiday time, it's the worst timing right now. If this was summertime, I definitely would have done something bigger. You know, being that I can get to the Boston Garden, the TD Garden, or as I call it, the Titty Garden sometimes. I could get there in about 18 minutes. So, but I'm not sure. This to me, this ain't worth it. This just ain't worth it, you know? This card, when I saw the card, I was like, oh, no. I'm not going to that. You know, if there was... what's funny is because I've said recently that AJ Styles is on the card, I'm going. You know, I would actually see AJ Styles. I probably would go if AJ Styles had been wrestling anybody else but Jinder Mahal. Jason Morris, thanks for the sub, man. I would go if AJ Styles was wrestling. I would go if AJ Styles was wrestling Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like, or anybody. But Jinder Mahal is the one guy that is just so bad that I don't know how these guys are going to have a really good match. And that's just it. And I think that speaks to Jinder because AJ really can have a great match with just about anybody. Just almost everybody. Roman Reigns, if you don't like Roman, well, guess what? AJ Styles and Roman Reigns, those two matches were great. Though, you know, at least one of those matches was better, and put the better one, if you make that a WrestleMania match, that's a great WrestleMania match. But Jinder Mahal, I don't know how it's going to be that good. And you got the Singh brothers are always coming out, and it's just not my type of match, not my type of thing. Maybe the Singh brothers will turn on Jinder, you know what I mean, because Jinder attacked them. I don't know.
You didn't see tonight, did you?
I didn't see some of it.
Because like they came out, like they were. Trying
They faked it. They came out like we're mad at Jinder, and then they were with him at the end.
I didn't do that part. I saw them like kind of turning, and then AJ being like, I don't
Yeah.
like
You see, I thought they were going to do that tonight where, like, the Singh brothers say, like, you know, we're done with Jinder after he attacked us. Then I thought the Singh brothers were going to come out at the pay-per-view. But no, they came out tonight to jump AJ Styles, which tells you that AJ's probably going to win because they already spoiled that sort of swerve by the Singh brothers. If Jinder was going to win, they would have swerved you at the pay-per-view and had the Singh brothers come out then.
Was there like an attack on AJ later?
Yeah, there was an attack on AJ later with the Singh brothers after they said like that they're done with Jinder and everything. So that was they did the swerve tonight. So I mean they could still put the belt back on Jinder, but it just doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, like it all just feels like such a waste. You had this guy running for 7 months. It feels like they never completed Jinder's story. But it was almost like the WWE just kept gambling with him, like, all right, keep it going, let's see, keep it going. And, oh, this is going bad, but keep it going. Like, we've gone this far, keep it going. Like, all right, we're almost getting to where we need to be. Oh, pull out. You know, I mean, that's like what happened with Jinder. Like, and that's all I can say is, you know, I don't know. Thank you to the Goon for that 1313, by the way, Goon. I appreciate that. What's up to everybody? How you guys doing, though? I mean, did anybody fall asleep tonight? Like, I mean, last week was a sleeper, man. People fell the fuck asleep last week to SmackDown. Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott. Real short match. Nothing really much you can say about it. Flair makes a comeback after the break, unloading, taking out all these other everybody. Leads to Natalya getting dropped by Flair. Natalya ends up dropping Flair to cause the disqualification.
Stick it on my bunghole 69. Monetize this. Put your penis onto my tits. You just stuck it in me.
Oh, someone's ready for monetize this Friday night.
Stick it in your pussy.
The best moment of the night was Kevin Owens kissing Sami Zayn and Sami humping the front
Oh,
camera
that was
and
funny.
flashing the fans by the entrance with their chant.
Hey, listen.
Yep, 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 yep.
I did like the ending. That is the War Drummer. Hey, I'm a drummer too, and I'll tell you what. I like the idea there's going to be a war when you're out there drumming. The War Drummer, thank you for the 690. Basically insinuating that you are going to love monetize this Friday night. And I did love the way Sami Zayn was flipping his shirt up at the end with the yups. I thought that was actually hilarious. That was like some DX stuff at the end. Because up until this point, Kevin Owens and Sami have been kind of lame. Like, they've been, like, annoying in the right, and that's what they're supposed to do. But it's been kind of like, yeah, they're annoying, but I don't want to be them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, those guys are annoying me, and they're heels, but I don't want to be them. But when DX did that stuff, you were like, man, these guys are annoying and stuff. Oh, but damn, I also kind of want to be them. You know, kind of like the Usos. The Usos, you're like, oh, man, the Usos, you suck. I like American Alpha. What are you doing to American Alpha, man? But damn, that's kind of cool. Where's the Usos' new theme I can download? You know, so up until now, sometimes I've thought that Kevin Owens and Sammy were cringy, but they were heels, so they were getting their point across, so it worked. But not the greatest. You know what I mean? Like a 6 out of 10 heel team. But tonight, at that ending of the show, I really enjoyed them on the ramp. That was funny. Like, that was actually stuff that was like, that's kind of cool. And I haven't thought that about them. But you know what's going to be really cool? It's going to be this Friday night on Monetize This, when for the first time we crown a champion. We crown the Monetize This champion. That's right, all the points that you'd seen over the last couple of years on Monetize This, for the most part, besides ego, meant nothing. But now there's something on the line. Now the Monetize This first ever champion is going to be crowned this Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., right here for the last time on Corrupted until we go live back on the Joe Cronin Show again. It will be the last episode ever, or hopefully ever, of Monetize This on the Corrupted channel while we were here for a few weeks while we couldn't be live on YouTube. And I'm going to go out with a bang, okay? Because if you... Super chat coming in. Here we go. Party. Let me hit that super chat.
This show is going okay until the end. I cannot understand why they continually bury Nakamura. Nakamura versus Styles has lost its luster. In fact, I don't see it happening.
Holy shit, JP Baker. First of all, JP Baker, damn, man, that is some depressing shit. I hope to God that doesn't happen. And I hope that you are wrong. Please be wrong, JP Baker. And thank you, dude. JP Baker dropping $50, $50 super chat by JP Baker on a SmackDown review. Much appreciated by JP Baker. Look at him having a drink in the top corner. I'll have a drink with you anytime, JP Baker. Listen, dude, thank you so much. JP mother effing Baker dropping $50 on my ass. And you know what? Now you got me fired up. You know what? Because if this was Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, this was Monetize This, and JP Baker drops $50 for 50 points to Joe Cronin, then this thing is going to stay right here on my shoulder, right behind me, for a long time. Because if you think I'm going to let somebody like Tommy NC win the title, or even my wife, even Leah, sit over there holding this thing, taunting me all day, walking around the house with it, she'd probably carry the belt like Roman Reigns. So what I want you guys to think about is, do you really want to let Leah win this championship for me? Do you really want to let Justin Bailey win this championship for me? Because what's Justin going to do with this thing, huh? Go out there hunting with it? He'd probably leave it in the woods and a bear eat it, okay? What are you going to do, let Ken beat me for this thing? You don't want to do that. One of Ken's kids will take it to school and pawn it off for a new skirt. That's what your kids will do, Ken. That's what girls do. And that's what Ken has, a couple of girls. You don't want to put this belt in a home with only girls, especially teenage girls. Who knows what they'll do to this thing? My kids are nice. My kids are respectful, just like me. I'm at a level that none of you guys are at right now. Okay? The Monetize This World Heavyweight Championship is going to go to me, Joe Cronin. Oh, yeah. And the best thing about it is all you guys at the end of the night are going to be able to screenshot me with all the points next to me, and I already got the belt here. So it's home field advantage, bro. If Ken wins, there's no party, there's no belt there. It's still going to get mailed to him. But you get to see the party go down Friday night if I win this title and when I win this title. And let's put some prestige to this Monetize This championship. The first ever champion is going to be Joe Cronin this Friday night, and it's up to you guys to deliver the points, okay? I look down at this thing and I think of a couple things. I think, number one, look at that JCS insignia right there that's been around for 3 years now. Look at that JCS insignia. Look at that thing. You know what I think about when I see this? I think about a guy like Grimm's Toy Show, who the other day on Twitter tweeted me out and said, "Hey, Joe, where'd you get that title? Where'd you get that championship, Joe? I'd like to get that." Well, I'm sure you would, you fat son of a bitch, because that's all you do, Grimm's Toy Show, is copy Joe Cronin. First you copied me with JCS. I got JCS wrestling going on for 3 years. Then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, whatever it was, you came up with GTS. Not only did you take my idea of a wrestling company, but you pretty much copied the logo when you enlisted Isaac Rojas to make your logo for you. And if you look at the logos, they're pretty damn close, aren't they? Do you know why? You didn't even know this. This is how dumb you are, Grimm's Toy Show. You didn't even know this. You didn't know the logos were so similar because the same guy designed them. You had no idea. It's just like when you're sitting down at a restaurant. You don't give a fuck. Just bring me another pizza. Bring me another hot dog. Oh, the calories? Bring me another hamburger. Oh, the heart attacks? Bring me some more salami. Oh, the cholesterol's a little bit high? That don't matter. Ah, slap some mayo on that bitch. That's what you think, Grimm's Toy Show. I'd give you $300 if you'd shave that disgusting face of yours, or if you just stopped eating a pizza every single day. How about that? So you want to go ahead and copy Joe, and you want to create a custom belt for GTS, because that's what you do. Monkey see, monkey do, and that's why you eat the hamburgers. And here's the best part about your fucking ass. You also wear glasses, you four-eyed fuck, just like Jim Cornette. That overrated dinosaur down south who needs to be hit over the head with a Louisville Slugger a couple times until he realizes his age and his popularity is decreased, goes into a home and finally just ends himself. That's what you need to do, Cornette. Don't step up to Joe Cronin. Grimm's Toy Show, don't step up to Joe Cronin, you copycat son of a bitch. And don't be like that cat fucking idiot in New York either. None of you can be like me. And you can keep trying all you want. You can have a bigger audience. You can create GTS. You can have all these little kids coming to me telling me that I ripped off Grimm's Toy Show, even though I tell them, well, actually, son, I've actually had JCS longer than GTS. And the logo's been around longer. You can actually go on YouTube and look at the dates and prove to yourself that I've had the logo longer than Grimm. So actually, Grimm copied me, you little smart-mouthed son of a bitch. But guess what? You're not going to do that because you're too stupid, as Grimm would say. I just ripped something off you, Grimm. So this Friday night, monetize this. The championship is going to stay here, and I'm going to become the first person to ever have his name engraved on this solid gold championship. My name is Joe Cronin. That's just a fact. Take that to the bank. Take this video, cut a highlight, send it to Justin Bailey, send it to Ken, send it to Lee on Twitter. I don't care what you do. At Real Joe Cronin, send me pictures. So you can just send me a photo of this. Here, screenshot this. I want you to say, did Joe Cronin already won? Just tweet it out to everybody. Joe Cronin already won. Ready? Here you go. Joe Cronin already won. Joe Cronin already won. That's all you need to know. Friday night, monetize this. Bring it on. It'll be a lot of fun. And you guys will enjoy it. Shit bum.
Leah is winning, bro. Sorry. God has spoken.
No! 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 You shut up, D-Moon! You shut your mouth! You put your goddamn wallet away! You California cocksucker! I am gonna win this Friday night! I don't care how much money you got! Damn it, I don't care, D-Moon, you fucking really, you gotta be careful. I swear to God, D-Moon, I'll block your goddamn donations if I have to. You shut your mouth, D-Moon. God, D-Moon, I want you to repeat after me. Joe Cronin is God. Joe Cronin is God. Joe Cronin is G-O-D. Look in the mirror, D-Moon. Look in the mirror and do that. And I want you to repeat that 5 times. And when you're done, you tell me. You're going to feel cleansed. And you're going to feel that you're going to do the right thing then. Okay? I know she's got the bat tattoo. I know she's got the shoulders. I know she got the hair. I know all that other stuff. I know you got that little twinkle in your eye when you're looking at it on YouTube. But just think about it. I started this whole thing. And I deserve to win Friday night. You shut up, Leah! Shut up, Leah! All right, let's take some phone call. Somebody said dead moon in the chat. Yeah, Larry Funk is alive still. Our thoughts and feelings and love go out to JP Baker's $50 is still sitting there. Go out to Larry Funk, man, who had a liver transplant, which is crazy. You know, we made jokes about that with him for years. Like, Jesus, Larry, you're going to die. Your liver's going to fail. Well, it did. And Larry Funk apparently got a new lease on life from a 23-year-old who gave his liver. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Tell you what, I win that title. Good luck trying to pry that thing out of my cold, dead hands. Hey, Buck Awesome, you're on the phone. SmackDown was tonight. What's up? You shut up, Leah.
Hey, Joe. You're not taking that title on Friday. I am.
I'm not taking that title on Friday. I am.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. What are you, Shinsuke Nakamura? What are you, Shinsuke Nakamura? Are you gonna vote for yourself, Buck?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm taking the title. Beware. I sent you a video on Twitter, and I hope you watch it.
But how are you gonna vote for yourself? I mean, you have to donate all this money and votes to yourself.
Nobody said I'm going to do that. Who said I was going to do that?
Do you think somebody else is going to do that for you?
I know other people are going to do that for me.
What other people are going to do that for you? Why in the world would anybody do that for Buck Awesome? That's what I want to know.
Because I'm awesome, and you even said it.
What are you, Sasha Banks? Because I'm the boss? What makes you awesome, though?
Moon.
Because
There's
your name
a new
says
Latino in town, and it's me.
Well, you said
Joe
Buck
will win,
Awesome,
and I'm
right?
coming
so
for you.
Even the
Friday
mighty Joe
night.
Cronin called me awesome. Therefore, I should win the belt.
Well,
and I will win the belt.
The Goon just donated $555, and he said that there's a new Latino in town, and he's coming for me Friday night. And I think when he said he's coming for me, I think he said he's coming for me. And so I think that's good news for me, and I think it's bad news for you, Buck Awesome. You can say that all you want, but I don't think it's happening. We'll see you later, Buck. You call back Friday night. We'll see what happens to you on Friday night. We'll see what happens with SmackDown Live tonight. I'm kind of messed up on the rating I want to give SmackDown tonight. I'm not sure yet. 804, you're live. What's up?
What's up, Joe? It's Broken Matthew.
Broken Matthew. What's up, Broken? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm ready for Monetize This for King Cronin to become the inaugural Monetize This champion.
If I become champion this Friday night, there will be a celebration like no other on the show itself. I may never go to bed, to be honest.
Joe, you need to get some sleep. You never sleep. You need to sleep, Joe.
You know what? I'm never going to take it off, too. I'm doing stuff with Leah. I'm taking a shower. That belt's going to be around my waist. I'm going to rub it in her face, too. Leah, I'm going to rub the title in your face. I'm going to rub it all over my body.
Wear it to Top Rope.
I'm going to wear it to Top Rope Promotions. If I'm doing the commentary, I'm bringing the Monetize This title. I'm going to put it right there on the desk with me. It's going to be nuts, bro. All those wrestlers, you know, that when Teddy Goods comes out with the heavyweight title, he's going to be jealous. He's going to wish that he was on Monetize This because all he's going to have is that stupid piece of crap Top Rope heavyweight title. Who cares who's had it? A Mike Bennett, you know what I mean? It says, I mean, you just go through the name of all the people. It doesn't matter. The most prestigious title is going to end up being the Monetize This championship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The WWE title, the Universal title.
This friggin' thing is 5 years in the making, man. This is like 5 years in the making, this title. This is crazy.
Hey, plot twist, Teddy the Bear wins.
Dude,
I'll
cut that thing up. I'll throw its stuffing out the window. Swear to God, I'll sodomize it, too.
Did you notice that they changed the WWE title?
They did? What did they change it to? I didn't notice it, to be honest.
The swoosh is black now.
Oh, really? Why would they do that? Because it's black on the Universal title.
Yeah, like I was watching SmackDown, right? And AJ came out. My buddy Cody, he texted me. He was like, "Hey, they changed the WWE title." I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "The swoosh is black now." I was like, "Oh my god."
What the hell? Why'd they do that?
Like,
because I don't like that at all. Because the title's so dark anyway, black anyway. That it made sense for
I think they should have made it. If they were going to change it, they should have changed it to blue.
Yeah, exactly.
If they were going to change the swoosh.
You know, I get it because, like, the red title, the Universal title, has the black one, and I get that. Honestly, I think the white...
It looks pretty good, though.
I think they should change the red belt to white, the swoosh to be white, and the SmackDown one should just be black. But I don't know why they would... I mean, it should be red, rather. I don't know, or blue, but I don't know why it would be black. That's so weird, man. Thanks for pointing that out. I got to move on to another call, but I'm going to go look that up. That's bizarre. I had no idea. Let's take a phone call from Dan Kennedy now about SmackDown. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Joe. How you doing? I saw that Monetize This title. That's a mighty fine title you got. I'm looking forward for you keeping it.
Oh, it's damn nice. You know what I'm gonna do this time? If I win, I'm gonna rub it in Leah's face even more, huh? And then you know what? I'm gonna make her celebrate this with me that night. If I win this, I'm gonna make her celebrate this with me. I mean, legally. I mean, she's gonna agree to it. But you know what I mean? I'm gonna have this belt with me at all times, if you know what I mean. And I'll tell you what, we're gonna christen this thing the way Paige would christen this thing, baby. That's what's gonna happen with this monetize this championship on Friday night when I'm crowned champion.
So when can we expect replicas on your shop?
What was that?
When can we expect a replica of it on the shop?
A replica of this belt will be available at some point soon. I am working that out with the custom with Pro-Am belts because I'm trying to get the price down right now. But I might get to that point, and when I do, trust me, I'll let you know. It'll probably be available on JoeCronenShow.net for purchase. Some people have already asked me about it, so yeah, for sure, Dan. And D Moon, you're supposed to be getting your cup, man. It took about forever to get it because of the backlog, but we'll get that out to you. And my P.O. Box shipping worked too.
To Leah.
Oh shit! Look at
people
this.
Make Tommy win the belt, he'll scream so loud in sorrow.
Oh, the Goon dropped 777. Said let's start the right way. Negative points to Leah. Oh my God, the Goon is already coming out, man. I've got the Goon on my side this Friday. It looks like. So.
Hey, Joe. I have a question for you. Have you noticed how they've been making all the three factions, like the Shield, the Wire Squad, and whatever Paige's faction called, look kind of weaker? Because I noticed they did that on Friday by having the whole women's locker room trash them.
Yeah,
doesn't that defeat the purpose of having the?
Yeah, they finally made him vulnerable. This was the night, man. And Dan, Naomi went off on everybody. So yeah, they finally look a little weaker for sure. But I thought Naomi was badass. Did anyone see? I don't know what it was. Like, she came out there like a house of fire, man. Naomi was off the wall tonight. And I kind of I loved it. I wish they'd always fight like that because that's what it looks like when you're actually fighting, when you're wrestling. I mean, I don't know. 508, you're live. What's up?
My client, the Bear, is going to win that title this Friday.
Oh, man. You think the Bear's going to win?
Yes.
You're like, if the Bear owes me money. The Bear owes me money.
My client does not owe Joe Cronin any money.
Oh, the Bear definitely does.
Beaten, victimized, conquered, and defeated this Friday by the Bear.
Oh, come on. What are you going to repeat everything that Paul Heyman says? I'll tell you what I'm going to do this Friday to the Bear. I'm going to drill a hole in the Bear, and I'm going to treat it like we're in jail, and I'm the alpha male, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to leave a load in that thing. 646, what's going on? I'm going to beat the hell out of the Bear. 646, you're live on the Joe Cronin Show. What's up?
What's up, Joe?
What's up, man? What do you got?
Well, I wanted to talk about Lazada. You saw a promo that they were showing for the match between Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. That promo, the way they built it up, it seemed like intriguing, but the match itself, I'm not intrigued by it because here's how I wanted to book Clash of Champions. I wanted to see Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, rekindle that rivalry that you see in the NXT. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, because you have good matches. They can have good matches together. Then this multi-person match stuff, I don't get it. And
right. What I'll say is, I think that they. I think that they know what they want to have this angle with Daniel Bryan and Shane. So I think that that's why you're not seeing that. I mean, in a wrestling world where we could book the matches, that makes sense. I like those matches, but I think they're going for this bigger story, and that's why all these guys are involved. So I really think that it's about that for them. They don't care right now about individually matching up well. They just want the overall story told. So I agree with you. Those matches would be good. But right now, they want this story. And if they didn't have that story and it was just Shinsuke versus Sammy and blah, 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 I mean, they would have a little bit of background, like you said, because of the rivalry, but it wouldn't be as interesting of a story, I don't think, to the casual fans. So, this is being done for the overall 60% of the fans that are watching. But I get what you're saying. And come WrestleMania, that would be something you could do. But I think for right now, they're just trying to keep that interest because of the winner. But I know what you're saying. But I get what they're doing, too. Are you kidding me? Did TSS already create a video on my promo that I literally just did? Or is this from the other day's promo? Man, TSS is out of control. If you guys aren't subbed to him, everything I do on my channel is like monitored by him, and he creates these great parody videos and music videos about stuff that I do, and we do on my show. He even does it about JB and Ken and other people that we're friends with. This guy's channel, TSS2, you got to sub him, man. He has been just killing it. I got to see whatever he did here, because this is just crazy.
The following announcement has been paid for by the
Cronin Club. This Friday night, we're going to crown the first ever Monetize This champion. Whoever wins the points this Friday night doesn't just win the pride. They win the freaking belt. Okay? So this is insanely important. The Monetize This championship is here, and it's ready for Joe. You know you want to keep it right here. You want to keep it right here. I'll put it right behind me. I'll put this fucking thing right behind me. I'm not afraid. People say don't walk under a ladder. People who say don't count your chickens before they hatch. Well, I'm counting them, baby. I'm counting them all day long. I'm putting the belt on right now because this is what it's going to look like Friday night when I win this son of a bitch. You're going to be staring at Joe Cronin, the first ever Monetize This champion, when everybody donates the points to me. Not to Leah, not to the girl that I still haven't even officially married yet, by the way. Not to Justin Bailey, who's a buck-toothed, dumb southern son of a bitch who'd rather kill an animal than take care of his kids.
No. Oh, man, it is on Friday night. If you guys haven't been paying attention to Twitter, Leah and Justin Bailey have been savage on Twitter. And anybody who's been wondering why I haven't been talking on Twitter, my Twitter's been suspended.
Listen up, Joe. I love you. You're my bro, and
I love
you know
you.
that. I'm sorry it's come to this, but nobody crosses the top dog.
Oh.
Call your Brian Himmelfarts and goons and shells. Bring all those lame fucks. When I say Leah wins, she fucking wins. Let the games begin.
Oh, boy, D-Moon, I'll tell you what. Well, go fuck yourself. I got Brian Himmelfarb. This motherfucker has Corvettes. Does D-Moon have Corvettes? I don't know if D-Moon has Corvettes. I don't know if D-Moon flies to Green Bay to see the games. I don't know if D-Moon has a Corvette. I don't know if D-Moon works at a nuclear power plant. I got Brian Himmelfarb, a real motherfucking man. Friday night. Monetize This, 11 p.m. Eastern Time this Friday. Okay? You have no idea how hard I tried to get a ticket to Star Wars, and it just ain't happening. I got to see Star Wars on Sunday. It just ain't happening, bro. They're sold out everywhere. So this is my Star Wars Friday night. And I'm going to walk in, and you believe me that if I'm going to Star Wars on Friday with Leah, and I win on Monetize This Friday, oh, I'm walking in the theater with that belt. I'm walking in the theater with that belt over my arm. And I might let you hold my hand, Leah. I might let you hold my hand. I might even, I might even let you touch the belt. Get used to this sound, Leah. I might let you touch. This is what it sounds like. Oh, yeah. That's what it said. What, are you going to come over here with your hood on and tell everybody about your weird cult of Leah? This is cult of Cronin, bitch. Here, touch. You want to touch it now? She's so mad. Look at how mad she is right now. She just put it on the floor. Now she's peeing on the floor. What an animal. But seriously, guys. What? I didn't get anything on it. I didn't get anything on it. All I got is my friggin' awesomeness on it is what I got on it. 845, you're live on the show. What's up?
Buck Wild's winning the championship.
What is this, Buck? What is this, Buck Wild's dad? Buck Wild's winning the championship. No, we don't take donations from losers. Sorry. What does anybody think about SmackDown?
Shit bum.
D-Moon, save your school money. Y'all lose.
D-Moon, save your school money. You'll lose. I thought he said y'all loose. I wish he was loose. Hey, we should call Aaron Rift and just prank him. Should call Aaron Rift and prank him. Wouldn't that be funny? Just call him on Skype right now. And he was like, hey, Joe, And then I was like, hey, suck it, and then just hang up. I don't know. It's stupid shit like that I enjoy. Anyway, Charlotte Flair gets DQ'd. Yeah, whatever. The whole thing was dumb. Didn't care. Ziggler came out and Baron Corbin. I just left the room when Ziggler and Baron Corbin were involved. I just didn't care about that at all. Another DQ win, Dolph Ziggler. Who cares? The Bludgeon Brothers beat Colin Delaney and Joe Monroe. Squash match. Bludgeon Brothers win. So far, SmackDown is a worthless show for me. I didn't care. And then, except for I did enjoy the women. I did enjoy Naomi coming out and beating the crap out of everybody. That was fun. In fact, that was my favorite thing that happened all night. Other than Sami Zayn lifting up his shirt and doing the thing at the end of the show. That was kind of funny. And Daniel Bryan has this ominous, like, weird darkness to him. I mean, obviously, we all thought that Daniel Bryan was going to screw up. There was going to be controversy with Shane and Daniel. And there's rumors they're going to wrestle at WrestleMania. I don't know if I believe those, but we thought that Shane, that Daniel may get fired or leave SmackDown. So that seems to be more likely. Eventually, it leads to Daniel Bryan leaving. But there's others, again, saying that they'll have a WrestleMania match. It seems very early to start planting those seeds, but maybe not. So Uso versus Rusev and Aiden English, a short kind of match that saw Aiden English and Rusev getting the win over the Usos. I know that they cheated kind of, and that Rusev kicked him in the head. Jey Uso, I think, or Jimmy. It was Jimmy that got kicked. I thought it was kind of messed up that the Usos got pinned. I know that there was a cheating going on, and you got to build up Rusev, and it's Rusev Day. But I know that you got to do that, but I just thought it was weird. No doubt in my mind that Usos come out remaining champions at Clash of Champions. Then Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. Kevin and Sammy were doing this yep movement, Occupy SmackDown with the yep movement, yep, which is what Owens came out with a shirt, yep. I thought that was kind of funny. And then at the end, Shinsuke, shit bomb.
Rip Kevin Nash.
Rest in peace, Kevin Nash. Okay, Tommy's boyfriend. Tommy's boyfriend, thank you for dropping $5 and becoming a $5 shit bomb. Hey, listen, Kevin Nash can't be dead because Kevin Nash got to be in the next, the Magic Mike spinoff. You know what I mean? Imagine that, though. That'd be terrible news if that really happened. I'd just be devastated. I wouldn't know what to think, man. If we lost Kevin Nash, oh, man, I'd go into a spiral of hell for which I would never return. I want to remind everybody again that good old JR Jim Ross stopped by to talk with me for 30 minutes today, said hi to all you guys, said what's up to all the Joe Cronin Show listeners, enjoyed what we are doing here, enjoyed meeting him at WrestleCon, but I really didn't get the time to talk to him. We had a lot of time to talk on the phone today, though. So, again, that full interview is available on Patreon for the patrons early. It will be available tomorrow for everybody. Of course, we did upload 2 video clips today on the Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel with Jim Ross, where he talked about Rich Swann being fired, and, of course, talked about Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. And also want to remind anybody in Boston, in the New England area, that on Saturday, December 16th, this Saturday, let's go, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Well, it's going to be a pretty big event, man. The VIP tickets are still available. Doors for VIP purchasers are available, VIP session, and then the general admission will be let in at 2:30. The show's at 3 p.m. Those tickets are available at the door. They will be available at the door still. It's a big place. Laugh Boston, guys. Laugh Boston. Get your tickets now. And we got those right there at laughboston.com. Or you can go to Jim Ross's website. By the way, this is just a random plug. I have to mention this. I talked a little bit about this with Jim Ross today when he called the show. But if you haven't heard about this, I'm not being told to say this. You can look at the reviews yourself on Amazon. Jim Ross's book, Slobber Knocker, My Life in Wrestling is fucking awesome. Okay, listen, if you read books, you're going to like this book. I'm telling you. If you don't read, I don't read well either. I downloaded the audiobook. Jim Ross narrates it himself. It's literally as if Jim Ross is sitting in your living room reading his story to you. It is so awesome. It stuck out to me. I even brought it up to him because recording an audiobook is tough. I have submitted, I've actually done an audiobook for somebody, a short one, and that was tough, dude. It was like 30 pages, and it was tough. You find yourself going back and stopping and pausing and doing the takes. I'm trying to be contracted for some new audiobooks. I had potential to do some on Amazon last year, and I actually didn't realize I got offered the jobs, and I lost the jobs, but I was offered the jobs. And so I'm going to be going back to doing that again as part-time work on Amazon, reading audiobooks for people and stuff like that. But it's hard because you start reading and then you're like, oh, I read that the wrong cadence. That was incorrect, and you just stop and you got to go back and you got to re-record and you got to record again and pause and stop and break. And just it's some people are very good at it. There's really good professional voiceover actors who just do a great job. I do a horrible job, and I'm always nitpicking and worried. And then sometimes I hear it back and don't like it, and it just becomes a very frustrated thing. So, Jim explained it was tough to do it. But I'm so glad he did it because it's so much better listening to him tell the story. And that's available now, man. Audible.com has it. You guys can get a free trial from them if you want to if you've never listened to it before. I don't even have a link to give to you. I could make some money on it with an affiliate link. I don't have one yet. I don't even have it set up. My old audiobook website link is gone. They don't fund me anymore. So that's just because it expired. Their thing expired. So I'm just telling you as a wrestling fan, I'm not going to get money out of it. I wish I did because I could. Give me a couple hours to set it up. But the fact of the matter is it's just a good listen. You should check it out. And I'm just being honest. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. Okay little match as expected. Kevin Owens ends up getting the win. There's fuckery that goes on. Randy jumps in the ring. They run away. I thought the stuff they did on the stage at the end was very good. The look on Daniel Bryan, they sold that part of it well, I thought. They haven't been selling too much well, but that was something that they did okay. The War drummer chiming in again with another buck. The guy that the Bludgeon Brothers powerbomb screamed like your friend Paul Bearer when he was called fake. Yeah, I got to go listen to this because I missed it because I was like, whatever, squash match, let me go do something. So from what I understood, this guy screamed like Tommy NC 2010. I'm going to have to go listen to it because that's crazy. Thank you to the War drummer. And once again, if you guys, when we go off the air here in a second, if you want to listen to the Jim Ross interview and you want to support the show, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Be up there 24 hours. It's been about 24 hours in advance. You can hear that. Otherwise, you can hear it for free tomorrow when I upload it to the YouTube site. But if you can't deal with that, there's 2 clips right now on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show right now with Jim Ross talking about New Japan. It's amazing, dude. He clarified something that we'd all been wondering. How can he be working for New Japan Pro Wrestling and contracted in the WWE after WWE has sent cease and desists to the Bullet Club and to all these places, and it comes down, well, to what Jim Ross said, which is in the clip. You guys can go watch it on my YouTube channel, Joe Cronin Show. It's up there right now. Jim Ross talks about how he's able to basically be in the WWE and be working for Access Television for New Japan, because technically Jim Ross isn't really working in New Japan or for New Japan. He's just working for the television network, converting the commentary, because Kevin Kelly is still going to be delivering the English commentary live at Wrestle Kingdom that night. So in the morning, when Wrestle Kingdom's going down on January 4th, you're going to get the Kevin Kelly call. But if you watch the show as it airs at a normal time of night on Access Television on, I think, January 6th or so, you'll get Jim Ross. So, it's your choice if you can wait a couple days to see it in full. I think it's a smart idea by New Japan, though, to do the access deal, because a lot of times you get people looking for it on like Dailymotion or some video website. It's uploaded somewhere, and sometimes it's within a few days that people find it. So if you can get this up the next day or the day after on television for people who already have TV, at least they'll make some money on that advertising and all that stuff, rather than losing it completely to people that just go find it for free on the internet. So. And then, of course, the hardcore people will stay up and watch it, whether they steal the stream or whether they pay for the app or whatever it is. There's a couple different ways to get a hold of it. I can't even think of them right now. That's up to them. But, guys, the bottom line is tonight this is the go-home show for SmackDown Clash of Champions. I believe it to be an underwhelming card. This is a setup of things to come over the next few months. This is a usable pay-per-view. They're using it to build into the next months, to build towards WrestleMania. They're in Boston, so, they're it's kind of a mailed-in, if you would, pay-per-view that's going to set up feuds for later. So that being said, I think they could sort of feel like they get away with it because they're in Boston, an enthusiastic crowd. If this show was going down somewhere like in the South that was in a boring area, this would be a horrible flop. You might get some crowd noise because it's Boston, but we'll see. And of course it's December. It's always a downtime. It is what it is, and I think tonight SmackDown was definitely better than last week's SmackDown, but not much. And it did feel slightly like a go-home show, but the go-home show build has not been very good over the past few years anyway. So again, it is what it is. I would give SmackDown tonight, give it a hell yeah, probably a 4 out of 10, to be honest. A 4. Yeah, I don't know, a 4 out of 10. Not a very good show. The Goon says humble Bostonians versus feminist army versus hick animal killers versus foul-mouthed New Yorkers versus Pussy Lips Troy versus the most fake in all sports entertainment, Tommy, versus Just Call Me Puke. Goddamn, the Goon is fired up for Friday night on Monetize This. I can't wait either. And I know you guys can't wait for tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. You say something, Leah? What, the Goon called you a feminist Nazi? You just triggered the shit out of Leah, the Goon. The Goon triggered Leah big time. Be like that guy on Twitter that we had to block. Alright, well, the war will be over after Friday. We can all go back to being nice to each other after the Monetize This war Friday night. But I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. And Harry's chiming in. What's up, Harry?
I guess the only highlight of the show was the scream from the Jabber.
The Jabber? No, I think the scream from the Jobber sounds like it was the highlight of the night. But also, I'm telling you, I enjoyed Naomi beating the shit out of Ruby Riott, too. That was fun for me. And I enjoyed the end when Sami Zayn was lifting his shirt up like a weirdo. And that is not good. If those are the things that I'm coming up with as that's what was good about SmackDown, blah, that's not good. I don't think it's good. Like, it can't be good. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks to everybody who dropped a couple bucks. JP Baker dropping 50. And if you guys want to hear those free clips of Jim Ross, it will all be up free tomorrow, but they're up on the Joe Cronin Show right now. Kenny talking about, Jim Ross talking about Kenny Omega and Y2J Chris Jericho, and Rich Swann talking about him getting arrested and what the WWE used to do back when, when Jim Ross was head of talent relations and everything, working so close with Vince McMahon for so long. So good insight there on those two videos. But again, more coming tomorrow. But if you can't wait and you got to hear it now, jump over to Patreon. It's up there right now in full for download for you. Thanks for listening tonight, guys. Thanks for the support. And don't miss Jim Ross if you're in the area. Boston, December 16th, this Saturday night. Tickets available at the door. You can get them online, download and print them right there. Last show for Ringside and Jim Ross. And I'll be there. I'll be inside Jim's coat. See you guys tomorrow for Out of Nowhere Live.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
On YouTube.